Okay, guys, here we go. It's your Popboy. I just struggled through this testing for help defense. A lot of it wasn't pretty. I'm just glad now I got it all straightened out. And you know what? Maybe I went through it, so, hopefully you don't have to now. That would be the idea of the video. You'll see by the end we'll have the best settings for the most effective help D possible in 2K22. Both gens, by the way. Programming reacts the same with all these settings. I tested them side by side. Repeatedly, they do the same stuff. Alright, so let's get to it. So what's the main problem with help D? Like, what's at the core when you break it down? What's the root of our frustration? Well, when you break it down all the way, basically the AI just sucks at knowing when to help. They keep sending help when it's not needed. Like right here, they're doing just fine. They didn't need any help. We had everything covered right up until the time you decide you need to come help for nothing, for no reason. You just walk away from a shooter. Oh my god, okay. This one's in a whole nother category. Okay, so yes, alright, so the primary defenders, they don't do the Gray's job here. Right? They're running a pick and pop, and they leave the pop pretty open. But that doesn't mean that the guy from the opposite freaking corner should try to come help to cover it from all the way the hell over there. What is that? You're never gonna make it, bro. That nobody would ever do that. Oh man, and okay, right here. So moving on. Even when they help at the right time, they make a good decision to come help. Too often when that happens, they take forever to get back to their man. Look at that. Okay. The primary defender recovered like an hour ago, man. Maybe you should get your ass back to your own man sometime. So, yeah, for all these reasons, we have to put both of these help rules, screen and drive, on no help. It just won't do it right. Clearly. Okay, so that's one thing, but, we still have to get help from our off-ball defenders, right? Even if they're not, like, literally, officially helping, we still gotta get something out of them, so that's the trick here. So we're gonna do that with the off-ball pressure setting up here. This thing has a huge effect on help defense, and there's a couple things we want to do with it. Let's start by, we're gonna put everybody on moderate. Okay, since we're using no help for our help rules, we can't put them any tighter than that, because it's just gonna take them basically completely out of the play. And even beyond that, you can see all the spacing that it gives to the offense for no reason. That's no good. Okay, so we start off with everybody on moderate, and we can see here that's going to get them engaged in the play. You see how they're squeezing those driving lanes, so they're making it harder on the offense, taking away some of that spacing that offenses love to have. They're just much more aware of space when they're on moderate. Now, you see? Look at how they're moving. They're adjusting based on where the ball moves. That's what you're supposed to do. They're playing smart. They're like in unison. You got like 5 guys on a string playing team defense. All right. Now, the only other thing we want to look for with the off-ball pressure setting, if your opponent is putting a non-shooter on the perimeter, if they're going to play somebody out there who can't shoot, we always want to take advantage of that. We want to make them pay for that. Okay, and we do this by setting just that player to gap for off-ball pressure. Okay, and this has worked for years in 2K, and it still does in 2K22. Okay, it works great. You can see a great example of it here. The guy to the left there, he's set to gap, so that's going to make that defender drop down more, which is going to allow him to help a lot more, even though everybody's still set to no help for the help rules. Okay, so that means nobody's running off the face of the earth. But at the same time, the off-ball pressure setting allows them to help, as much as they can without losing tabs on their original man. Okay, so it's really like we got them all playing like a center field role, right? We're not really giving the offense one thing or another, which most of the time that makes it harder on the offense, especially if you play online. I see it all the time. So many people on there, that's like their whole strategy. They're just trying to get you, they're not doing anything else. They're just trying to get you to stupidly help so they can kick it for an open three. That's basically all they're doing. And they don't, like this guy here, he just keeps getting stuck because I ain't biting. He didn't really know what to do. He just kept having a bunch of terrible possessions. A lot of people don't actually run an offense. They just, they just like try to take advantage of the game being bad. So don't take the bait if you play online. Just make sure you use these settings. And for playing against the CPU offline, it's just the best system, regardless, okay? But at the same time, that also doesn't mean that we're done with help defense. We got points of emphasis, the coaching help D slider. Right now I got that on 50, but I'm testing it for different things, so more on that to come. I'm just gonna keep testing all kinds of stuff. There's still more that we can do to make this scheme even better. Okay, so look out for those videos and more. And of course, always let me know if there's something you'd like me to focus my testing on. What else? Oh yeah, we got all the gameplay slider sets coming out for current and next gen in the next video. It only improves the gameplay in like 100 different ways, no big deal. But you should probably subscribe, turn your notifications on if you haven't yet. Pop that like button if you enjoyed, of course. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Then I'll see you right back here next time on 2K with the Popboy.